Hualien Jing Si Abode welcomed the new year with many hands-on activities for the worldwide volunteers. Tacloban Tzu Chi volunteers and local Tzu Chings shoulder multiple responsibilities for more than 1,500 participants. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. We will start a series of reports of events on the first day of the Lunar New Year. At the Hualien Jing Si Abode, the day was filled with joy. The volunteers have set up many booths for the participants.
During the first day of Lunar New Year, many people have brought their family members to visit the Hualien Jing Si Abode.
If you come to Hualien, you definitely have to come to the cultivation ground. We can visit the Jing Si Abode and allow our minds to be purified.
Here we can see this child serves the tea to his grandparents. The atmosphere is filled with joy. On the other side, the children also serve the tea to their parents as a way to show their love and filial piety.
I wanted to thank my parents for raising us, guiding us on the right path.
When our child served tea to us, we felt very touched.
The Jing Si Abode is filled with a festive atmosphere. For some Tzu Chi volunteers, it's their first time spending the Lunar New Year at the Jing Si Abode.
I saw many volunteers I've already known. Usually we can only see each other at events or in other cities. But today we're all gathering here at the Jing Si Abode. It really feels like coming back home.
The volunteers have sent their best wishes to all the visitors. They hope in the upcoming years, love and warmth can continuously be delivered in the society.
At the Chen Jing Si Hall, volunteers designed many activities for visitors to share the festivity together. Many also visited the Tzu Chi Taichung Culture and History Hall to start the new year by paying homage to the past. On the first day of Lunar New Year, the vibe is festive and cheerful at the Chen Jing Si Hall.
It feels like home and it's very warm. Everyone enjoys the festive vibe during the New Year holiday.
To serve is to receive blessings. 77-year-old Xie Xinghui has been caring for her uncle, who is mentally and physically challenged for 40 years. She brought him here to share some joy.
I hope he can receive blessings from the Buddha and become wiser and happier.
Everyone greeted each other with good words and wishes. Miss Yan's parents are both Tzu Chi volunteers. She brought her children to visit Tzu Chi's Taichung Culture and History Hall so they can learn about the past.
In the past, there wasn't DaAi TV to watch. When I was young, my mother listened to radio. The history should leave footprints for our future generations to learn from.
Every item here conveys a part of Tzu Chi's history. In the Lunar New Year, visitors cleanse their mind and strengthen their wisdom in hopes to welcome the Lunar New Year. At the Humanitarian Ecotec Pavilion in Taichung, Tzu Chi volunteers performed the drum and dancing dragon with props made from recycled goods. Let's join them. Volunteers welcomed the first day of Lunar New Year at the Humanitarian Ecotec Pavilion. Motivated by volunteers' energy, this mother-daughter pair also joined the dance. To start the new year healthily, volunteers did a drum and dragon dance with materials made from recycled goods.
The drum is made from the recycled PET bottles at the recycling station. Look how adorable these props are. There are spoons and rolling pin from home. This is made from a rice filter. It's also a recycled item from a volunteer.
Tzu Chi volunteers' cheerfulness has inspired Mrs. Zhang and her family from Taipei to try to play the drum.
It's very healthy and peaceful. It made us feel content, grateful, joyful, and we cherish our blessings deeply. Thank you.
Visitors have flocked in the Humanitarian Ecotec Pavilion on the first day of Lunar New Year to learn about the spirit of environmental protection and start the new year afresh. Tzu Chi Singapore chapter had held 2 gatherings for more than 400 care recipients with mobility issues to celebrate the festival together.
Early in the morning, Tzu Chi volunteers are already in the kitchen preparing meals as they have conducted a gathering for the care recipients. Some of the elders have mobility difficulties. Therefore, the volunteers and the entrepreneurs help them to get to the event venue. As we can see, the atmosphere is filled with joy.
I enjoy having conversations with the volunteers. They'll always tell me jokes. I'm glad to be here. It's a chance for me to relax and have the courage to talk to others, as I used to be afraid of interacting with people.
I'm grateful for the volunteers as they have always accompanied me. I enjoyed the meals because I could not cook for myself. While at home, I felt lonely, so I'm glad to participate in this event today. This is a meaningful event. We have accompanied the care recipients for almost a year. We started off as strangers in which we didn't have any connections. During the caring process, we had built up trust and love step by step. Now we're like one big family. Therefore, I always look forward to each visit, hoping to encourage them to become stronger in facing challenges in life.
While the care recipients enjoy their meal, special performances were also given. The volunteers hope all of the care recipients can have a wonderful Lunar New Year.
After Typhoon Hualien, Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for the local residents in Tacloban. This year, local Tzu Chings joined the year-end blessing ceremony, where 1,500 residents participated.
This is the 6th year-end blessing ceremony held by Tzu Chi volunteers in Tacloban City. Around 1,500 public members have participated in the event. As usual, everyone brought their PET bottles, which were filled with coins inside. Moreover, a local volunteer has shared her determination as a volunteer despite being ill.
Although I'm sick, but this is not an excuse. Doing good deeds is something that you cannot wait in life.
After Typhoon Hualien, Tzu Chi volunteers have been continuously caring for the local residents. The local Tzu Chings also joined this year's year-end blessing ceremony, making the event more dynamic.
During the year in Tzu Chi, I've learned how to love and respect my parents. More importantly, I've learned how to help people in need.
Tzu Chi has helped us all the way till today. They have been delivering care and love for the people of Tacloban who really need assistance.
The local residents are grateful for Tzu Chi's support. They also want to pass down the great love to one another.
We cherish all of the year-end blessing ceremonies because it is an opportunity to inspire one's compassionate heart, giving love and care to people in need.
At the end, the heart lamps have been lit up, illuminating the path to a better future.
In China, Guizhou Tzu Chi volunteers conducted home visits to the residents in need. Some youth volunteers also encouraged the scholarship recipients to study hard to pursue a brighter future.
Besides driving, the volunteers also climbed the mountain and wade in the water. In the small villages, the residents lead very simple lives. The volunteers have to be careful as they take the stairs or climb the hill when they conduct the home visits. In the village, most mothers are away from home.
Where are your parents working at? How often do they come back? Then, are they coming back soon?
I should study hard and help more people when I grow up.
There's a youth volunteer in every home visit team. often have been through difficulties. Therefore, they encourage the scholarship recipients to study hard.
Back then, I felt it was hopeless for me to get into college. However, when they reported the results, I scored more than 100 points than usual. I was accepted. I hope we can encourage more students to work hard and get into college. They can change themselves and change their families.
We need to have a goal. Without a goal, people will lose their direction.
If you can attend college, you'll be seeing and learning more things than other people.
The volunteers have also seen the residents live in Wisdom, as they use the same table to dine, to drink tea, and to cook. For the youth volunteers, conducting the home visits allows them to mature.
Going to the children's homes, I feel like I was caring for myself when I was little. I understand how children at that age need. Having the chance to receive love from Tzu Chi volunteers and pass on the love onto these children, I feel deeply touched.
Mr. Liu is in his 40s and lives alone in a poor environment in a village in Jiangxi Province, China. Volunteers hope to help him improve his condition.
We can see inside the old house there's a pot, a stove, and a light bulb hanging from the ceiling. This is Mr. Liu's home. He doesn't like to interact with others. Although Tzu Chi volunteers have come to visit many times, but he still kept quiet and wouldn't look at the volunteers while they are talking.
This is a gift given by the volunteers. You have to look at me in the eyes. If you look at me, I'll smile back. This is for you. You have to say something back in return.
Most of the time, Mr. Liu gave everyone the cold shoulder, but this didn't bother the volunteers at all. Besides giving him a Lunar New Year gift, the volunteers also helped him putting up the spring couplets. A smile can inspire one's heart. The volunteers' constant love and care have deeply touched his heart as he tears up.
You see, everyone loves you and deeply cares about you. If you don't want this to end, you need to be happy every day.
Besides Tzu Chi volunteers, the people in the village also takes care of Mr. Liu. They have raised funds to help him build a new house, but only his son is willing to move in. While buying new bed sheets for his son, the volunteers also encouraged him to care for his father. The volunteers hope that the Liu family can reunite soon.
When the 9/21 earthquake struck, Jiji Primary School collapsed. Back then, the 5th grader Chen followed Tzu Chi volunteers to raise funds for the school reconstruction. Now 19 years have passed, Chen has returned to the school to teach food and agriculture classes.
For once a week, Chen Yongnan returns to his alma mater, Jiji Primary School, to teach food and agriculture classes.
We eat what we plant. These are all organic. We're trying to instill such concepts in their minds.
We can plant vegetables. This is very fun. They cannot do this at other schools. Therefore, I think we are very fortunate.
Facing a group of 5th graders, Chen also talked about how the 9/21 earthquake destroyed the school buildings when he too was in 5th grade. Back then, he followed the volunteers to raise funds for the school reconstruction project.
I memorized the speeches and told everyone that my school collapsed when the 9/21 earthquake struck. I asked everyone to help our school. This is a picture of me when I was in the 5th grade. Yes, I was about your age. I represented our school to raise funds for Project Hope. I was not doing anything extravagant. I was simply helping the school.
When Jiji Primary School held their groundbreaking ceremony for its Project Hope reconstruction, Dharma Master Yearend came to give her blessings. Chen was the one who gave a speech that day.
I thought that after our lovely school collapse, I would not have the chance to come study here again. Then the principal mentioned that the Tzu Chi volunteers are willing to adopt our school for the Project Hope reconstruction. That was when I was overjoyed and felt at ease.
The little boy is all grown up now. He's now a 30-year-old young farmer. He has stayed in his hometown to grow dragon fruits. Despite his successful career and busy schedule, Chen did not forget his initial vow to give back to the society. He's now using his expertise to teach primary school students.
I told them not to be afraid of enduring hardships. They do not yet know what they will do in the future, so they might not even practice what they've learned.
Chen teaches agriculture courses at the school and also talks about history.
In Nantou County, including Zhusan, when you see buildings with this type of style, you know they were built by the Tzu Chi Foundation.
Facing these children who have not experienced the 9/21 earthquake, Chen repeatedly describes how the old school collapsed and Tzu Chi helped rebuild the school. This is one of the most unforgettable memories for Chen.
In a Tzu Chi kindergarten, there is a group of DaAi grandmothers who selflessly love and care for the children. Let's take a look at one of them, Grandma Hualien, who goes to the kindergarten every day in Penang, Malaysia.
Chen is washing vegetables in the kitchen of a Tzu Chi kindergarten so the children can enjoy healthy food.
When I come to volunteer, I'm not fussy about doing too much work. It's the best to give me work to do. If I don't have work to do, I feel terrible.
Chen is very good at sewing, so she has become the tailor for the Tzu Chi kindergarten. You can see her work everywhere in the kindergarten. At the sewing class, she is a great assistant to the teacher.
I'm glad that I come and help the teacher sew things. The kids are happy and we're happy too. When I can offer my skill, I can use it and do something I can do.
During Lunar New Year, we had a show including the Heavenly Emperor for the children, and she played this role. Although she's over 70 years old, she's willing to work with us and take part in these lively courses.
I'm healthy and can still give, so I must give. I don't know for how long I can volunteer.
Chen does her work with love. Her unselfish giving brings much warmth to the kindergarten.
Today we will continue to investigate subsurface water and the concept of a groundwater reservoir.
This round structure is actually a water intake facility located along the upper reaches of Gaoping River in the Dashu district of Kaohsiung. It's officially opened October 2018, allowing for more stable water supply.
It is probably buried below 20 meters, so these structures in the river will be more stable and maintenance costs will be lower.
The amount of water that is diverted is 100,000 tons per day, important backup water source. As long as the turbidity of the Gaoping River water exceeds 3,000 water will be released. This water project has been listed as a forward-looking infrastructure design, but in fact, as early as 1923, the Japanese engineer Nobuhei Tori had already built water intake facilities in Limbyan River.
This is what we call the intake tower. It is used for repairs and observing water levels.
This underground water intake project is under the bed of the Limbyan River, sits at about 9 meters deep. It includes the construction of underground levees and arch tunnels and triangle levees composed of concrete slanted columns and then a layer of dry branches on the levees to filter and collect subsurface water under the riverbed.
In a minute, we'll compare it with subsurface water from the riverbed. Okay, we are collecting it. On the left-hand side, you can see it compared to the other water that has gone through processing. If there are fine particles, it is necessary to add a drug to clean it. As you can see, the other water went through natural processing and is quite clean.
The clean and clear subsurface water from Limbyan River flows through the 3,000-meter-long canal, becomes irrigation water downstream.
This is equivalent to extra virgin olive oil. It's a very clean water source and is good for farmland irrigation and the most important crop at the time, sugarcane. A total of 950 hectares were planted and the earthen ditch was later given to the public to use.
The sugarcane garden of Taiwan Sugar has now become a park with a special one-to-one recreation of the underwater embankment for all people to examine. For more than 90 years, the Erfeng Ditch has experienced two small-scale renovations coupled with dredging of river sand, which had led to siltation of the water supply system. Large-scale excavation and repair took place in 2017 so that the water supply can be stabilized and the average daily water supply is maintained at 82,000 metric tons. The ancestors of the Paiwan people in Lai Township of Pingdong County saw the water in Erfeng Ditch and they set up new settlements nearby.
Before, there was no tap water. I used the water of Erfeng Ditch for daily use as well as drinking and cooking. The water from here is sweeter and has no smell of cleansers.
Actually, humans for thousands of years have been seeking out ways to process water for agriculture. The Northern Wei dynasty left behind records of experts discussing taking water from beneath the river, which has been filtered by the riverbed. This will still flow during the dry season. Because of the long river basin in western Taiwan, it is suitable for the development of this type of water system. As for eastern Taiwan, Yearend has also successfully developed this water supply to supplement people's livelihood. Lanyang River is the main river in Yearend, and it is also a source of water supply for tap water. In dry season, because there is no reservoir in the county, the water company will take the subsurface water from the Lanyang River to supply households north of this river. And from the Japanese colonial period till now, subsurface water has been sufficient for agricultural irrigation. Since there are many benefits to subsurface water, why doesn't Taiwan exploit this on a larger scale? Experts say that the United States encouraged the implementation of above-ground reservoirs in Taiwan after World War II, even providing relevant technology. However, scholars strongly suggest that the development of subsurface water and groundwater reservoirs.
All of the way of subsurface water collection, such as water culverts or channels or tubes, can potentially supply underground reservoirs.
When you use subsurface water, you must put in a pipeline to extract it, and when it is used as tap water, it has to go through a treatment plant. If you have a lot of small ponds, then you have collected the water again. In fact, basically, there are a lot of waterway losses, and the layout of many of these projects is very complicated.
In addition to the difficulty of laying pipelines, experts also say that Taiwanese society has long lacked research and understanding of groundwater. Therefore, there is no confidence in utilizing groundwater resources, which causes the subsurface water to only be used locally.
In other words, if you want 1 cup of this type of water, you need 10 cups of soil to cover it. In this example, can you imagine how much will be needed for Shimen Reservoir? For a groundwater reservoir to hold that amount, I actually believe that it can be used in some areas, but in fact, it is not useful when dealing with large quantities.
The development of water resources is primarily to prevent water shortage. While natural water filtration provides good water quality, Taiwan cannot deploy it on a large scale, especially in metropolitan areas. For Taiwan to truly cherish every drop of water, it is first important to understand Taiwan's thirst for water.
Seattle Tzu Chi volunteers hosted various year-end blessing activities. Thank you for joining us.